What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Lincoln here with LWP Country. We're back with an awesome video. It's the 4th of July today. We're having a crazy party here at the house. It's also special because it's the 250th. But the party hasn't even started yet. We've got some major issues. So you're probably wondering what the problem is. Before the party, we have a parade just up the side street, and everybody decorates all their vehicles. We have bikes, scooters, golf carts, ATVs, quads, sometimes cars, and then me and my dad have been repping tractors the past few years since we got them. And my dad's driving the Ford 4000 in the garage, and this is my tractor. This is my 1947 Minneapolis Moline RTU with a row crop on the front. And we noticed this issue a few days ago, and we've been trying to do as much as we can, but we really didn't have time to work on it. But both of the front tires are flat, and it's because the tubes have been popped, and we can't get them to fill up. We couldn't get tubes in time, so unfortunately I can't rep the Moline this year. All right, everybody, we're here in the garage, and we're getting started on moving all the crap off of around, on, and behind, and in front of the Ford so we can get it out so Dad can get it washed and decorated for the parade. And then we're gonna figure out what I'm gonna drive and start decorating it. And I think I have a few buddies coming that are gonna use some of our decorations. So moving all this stuff. I made this post hole driver last year for a welding project, and I can barely pick it up. It's kind of embarrassing. So yeah, I'm gonna finish moving all this stuff. We'll get back to you guys when we're ready to pull this thing out. Finished up decorating the rides. Let's check them all out. Comment if you like my hat. So here's the grasshopper. Got the flag up front, some garland running around it. Got some flags, more garland on the side. And then we got the Ford. Stars on the rims, garland on the loader. My dad's best friend, Sam. Alright guys, it's been a few days since the 4th of July party. I actually went out of town the next morning at like 6 o'clock in the morning to go help move my sister out of college. But we're back here in the shop, and a lot of you guys have been asking for some updates on stuff like the truck, the new four-wheeler, the go-kart, the mini bike. Everybody's asking where that stuff's been. They've been asking about the gardens. And to be honest, there really hasn't been many updates recently. Not a lot of new stuff going on around here, because it's getting really hardcore into 4-H season, and that actually takes up a lot of time, especially when you're showing multiple goats and stuff like that. So honestly, nothing much has really been happening around here, but I'll show you some of the smaller things that have been happening. But first, I need to go ahead and finish undecorating the Ford, because I did the grasshopper the night of the party, but I still need to take all the decorations off the Ford. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then tell you about some of the stuff that we've been working on around here. Alright guys, so I am sorry about the audio if it's loud or whatever. The garage doors are open, and as you know, we're really close to the road here at the house. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start taking all the decorations off this. I'll go ahead and tell you guys about some of the stuff that we've had going on. So when it comes to the truck, basically nothing new has happened. We have the carburetor apart, and we've had it apart for quite a while. We've had parts of it in the ultrasonic cleaner, and then I'm actually taking it to a buddy of mine's soon to get the carb rebuilt, because it's actually a Holly carb, and so I'm taking it to a friend's to get it rebuilt soon, actually this coming week, or not this coming week, 2 weeks from now, because actually this coming week, we're actually leaving 2 days from now to go on vacation. I probably won't be filming anything there, just because I'm going to take the time to relax, hang out with the family. Oh, I hate scuffing up a new knife. Here's little bro. Let's see what Jeez, this stuff's on here good. I don't even understand how you put this on here. Oh, wait, there we go. There we go. All right, one down, one to go. This tape is taking a lot of paint off. Oh my god! I'm okay, thanks for asking. Get the rest of the stuff off the front. Alright, I'm sorry, I know the camera's kinda, but gotta do what you gotta do. That was a success. Kinda, sorta. Alright, so when it comes to other updates, the four-wheeler, some people were asking about that. Nothing new on it either, and there probably isn't going to be a video on it for at least a couple more weeks, just because it's needing a lot of parts before we can start working on it, and the parts are going to take a while to get here, and we still need to order some parts, and I've got a lot of ideas for it. So yeah, it's going to be a while before you see a video on this and before we get this thing running. Let's move on to the other stuff you guys were asking about. So some people were also asking about the go-kart and the mini bike, and they were saying, where have they been? Well, they've been in the same place, just here in the shop, but the go-kart needs some work and the mini bike needs some work. And to be honest, I had this really cool idea of buying the big Phantom Fireworks sparkler fountains that you get, the big box ones, and you light them and they shoot off and it's super totally awesome epic. That's a sentence now. It's 2026, that's a sentence. So I actually had a plan to strap those on the back of this thing and have a cool video of doing some donuts, but obviously that didn't happen because I need new back tires on both sides. Both the rear tires are flat. I need a new carb for this. I need a new starter. I need a new headlight. I need to rewire the brake sensor, because if you don't know, on these, when you start them, you have to press the brake, and my brake sensor went out, so I've had to start it with a screwdriver and basically jump the brake sensor to get it to start, which works, but I'd really like to be able to not have to use a screwdriver, so it needs quite a bit of work. I'm going to be doing a video on that soon. And then the mini bike, I'm probably just going to make a short on, because the only thing wrong with it is the clutch, and it seems like every time I ride it, if I ride it for a really long time, especially if it's any bit of wet outside or if it's any mud, it gets smoked out really easily, which granted I probably could just oil it right before I use it every time and right after, but it doesn't seem to work. So I'll probably make a short on that soon, on getting the clutch off and fixing it. Moving on to the next thing, which is kind of the shop and what's been going on and some other stuff in the shop. I posted a video a while ago, actually when I first got away from the die-cast stuff on my channel, which I still do, by the way. Don't think I stopped that. And I was telling you guys about this Toro zipper that I bought. It's a 50s push mower, but it was like a sickle bar, and I bought it at an auction. And I started making a video that I've pretty much scrapped. I had actually put a lot of time into it, but I've kind of given up on the video. Wasn't working out super well, and the project kind of halted because we had some issues and we were missing some parts that you can't just buy for it. You have to find them somewhere. So the motor's still laying in pieces on the floor over here with all this other junk. The Le Mans behind me, we had to rebuild this. I had nothing to do with this, so you guys will know in the comments what this is, but it's either the gearbox or the steering box. You guys are gonna roast me in the comments, but I have not a clue. But it's rebuilt and ready to go back in, so we just need to put it in, but haven't had time in a while. My workbench is still an absolute mess. There's a lot of parts left over from when I was working on the Toro zipper. And I've had a lot of other video ideas that haven't really worked out, but if you guys want to see like a deleted or behind the scenes video coming up, I can do that. Moving on again to some more stuff, I'll do my best to show you guys the gardens, but it's unfortunately dark outside. I always wait till the evening to film these videos, so I'll do my best to show you guys the gardens and how good they're looking. So we'll go ahead and check that out. So here is the most recent garden that we built. You can't see it super well because again it's dark, but it's got all these lights on it and I do have my flash on. So we had an existing garden, but we went ahead and fenced it in. You can see we used on this fence, we drove in all of these fence posts, and then we found these big columns that were actually in a burn pile or a scrap pile. And then we put lights on top. Got this gate here. This is all to keep rabbits and deer and stuff out. And then we haven't added any more of the garden features yet. We're gonna put some raised beds in this whole area that we added, but this is the existing garden. It's here. This is what we grow our cucumbers, zucchini, tomatoes, squash, all that good stuff. Anything tall. You can see the cucumbers kind of growing up on it. We had it for tomatoes last year because our tomatoes get like 8 foot tall here. But we like to alternate so we don't have the same crop growing in the same area. So back here, this time we have cucumbers, a little bit of zucchini, I think, corn, tomatoes, some marigolds all around the edges. And then we have some volunteer sunflowers popping up here and there. A lot of cool stuff. Thankfully our corn was knee-high by the 4th of July, which is great. And it's tasseling up at the top, which is very, very cool. The stalks look great. It all looks super healthy, and we've never really had that much luck with corn because it always gets eaten by birds as soon as it starts to sprout. So this was a very cool thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out the rest of the gardens. So the rest of the gardens, we have our raised beds. They're up by the house. They're for smaller, more specialty stuff. My dad has one, and then I have one, and then this one's kind of a combined effort type deal. I'm sorry if you guys can't see me, but I'll go ahead and show you guys that stuff. But I do want to go ahead and talk about another big update. I have a second channel now, a second YouTube channel. It has nothing to do with LWP country, which a lot of you guys are going to be like, why? So I belong to the Liberty Township Historical Society, which obviously I live in Liberty Township, and my dad's belonged to it, my mom belongs to it, and now I belong to it. I'm actually the youngest member, and I started a YouTube channel for our club. It's brand new. We only have like 5 subscribers. So if you guys could all go check it out and support it, it'd be really great. And if you guys are in the area, consider coming to a meeting. You'll learn all about it on the channel, which, like I said, is fresh. So there's not a whole lot of information and videos yet, but there's gonna be a lot more soon. So anyways, let's check out the raised beds. All right, so here's my raised bed. Everything was just watered, so that's why everything's wet. So we'll start down here. I have 3 pepper plants. These right here are just bells, I believe. Yeah, just bells. This one is a banana pepper though, a sweet banana pepper. I've got some blooms, and I'm starting to get a few peppers, you can see right there, but I don't have anything ripe yet. I have some cilantro right there. I built a little brace for it. And then I have cabbage. The powder stuff on it is bug repellent, because obviously I've been getting aphids and worms and stuff chewing on this, which sucks because both of these cabbage plants are for a fair entry. Then I have my cucumber here. I almost said zucchini, I always do that. My cucumber, which I got a lot of blooms, but most of them are males. Not a lot of them are females. I think I only have 2, so not a lot going on there yet. And then these 2 tomatoes right here in these silver cages are big boys. The plants are pretty big, and I've got a lot of tomatoes on, but nothing really ripe. And this is an Independence Day tomato. And I've got some starting to turn. This one's almost ready. This one's just starting to turn. And then over here is one. I need to trim some of this. I haven't really done much to it. I have a lot of suckers I need to get, and then trim all below where these are. These are ones that I've never tried. So if you have tried them, or you like them, you have experience with them, please comment and tell me about them. But these are pear tomatoes, so they're the size of a cherry tomato, but they ripen and end up looking like just a yellow pear. It's really interesting. So it's my first time growing them. So yeah, that's my garden. Oh, and I have some basil in here in the middle, and then I have a bunch of random volunteer tomatoes popped up. This is my dad's garden. He has a bunch of onions. A lot of them have been picked. You can see some of them still right down in there. But it's been mostly overtaken by all these marigolds. And then we have tomatoes. Under here, some more corn, which was still knee-high by the 4th of July, which is great. Some more marigolds. A lot of volunteer marigolds. We always end up with a bunch of them. And then he has a bunch of peppers. He's actually had to put cages around them because they're getting so big and so loaded. And then this is the arch that we made out of a piece of cattle panel back here. And he's got tomatoes grown up all along here, which looks amazing. Got a lot of different varieties. Got some Cherokee purples and stuff. So anyways, that's it for the gardens. Go ahead and check out the truck. I know I told you guys there's nothing new about it. Here it is. It looks the same. I do have a video coming soon about the carburetor, because we're taking it up to a buddy of mine that specializes in the Hollies. So we'll get that checked out. But that's going to be it for this week's video. I say this week's, but I really don't have a pattern. But let me know if you guys would like to see a pattern, like posting every Wednesday or every Tuesday, something like that, or if you'd like to see bi-weekly, or if you'd like to see them just pop up randomly, or if you'd like to see a bunch of shorter ones or kind of a few longer ones, where I can kind of combine a lot of stuff together. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, and I will try to make it happen. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and like, comment. It really helps me out. It means a lot. I'll catch you guys on the next one.